Hi, all, it's your guy here, the unknown, and today I want us to look at something important. I want us to look at how to select the best pairs for the day. Okay, we all know there are many pairs. Okay, however, each and every day you'll find that there are only two pairs that are actually showing your setup. Okay, so I want to show you how we select the best pairs for the day. Okay, so without any further ado, let's jump into it. So the first things we're gonna do every day when we get to our charts is we're gonna go to our economic calendar. Okay, we don't compromise on that one. Before opening the charts, the first thing, go to the economic calendar, okay, and know which news will be coming at what time. Okay, so we have to know what time, what to expect at what time. As you can see, this is for today. Okay, I know, okay, all this news have already happened, and I know I'm expecting 2:30. I'm expecting some news for the dollar and for the Canadian dollar. Okay, and then okay, for 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay, it's fine. Now I know what I'm actually expecting. Okay, so it's fine. After doing that, the second thing we do now is we're gonna go to our charts. Okay, so as you can see right here, if you look down here, it's written Asia 1 hour. So what I do, actually, I do my daily count on a 1 hour time frame. So we have different kind of sessions. We have three sessions. There's an Asian session, there's a London session, and we have US session. Okay, even though I will repeat this, and please hear this quite well. Okay, most of the good trades will actually come during the US session after the equity time, and that is actually 9:30 US time and 3:30 South African time. Okay, because when the US opens, all the money is in the market. Okay, there's a lot of liquidity in the market, there is a lot of order flow, order block, whatever you call it. Okay, all the money is in the market by the time. Okay, so that's when we will usually see stop huntings. Okay, because most of the time the equity opening time, which is 9:30 exactly US time and 3:30 exactly South African time, we will be seeing stop hunts. Okay, it could be a stop hunt back into the direction of the trend if the trend has already been established. Okay, which we call a pullback. Okay, or else we might see a stop hunt going down and closing everybody who was in maybe during London and Asia. Okay, and then they will, if they want to reverse, that's when they will be reversing. Okay, so one thing you should know is that during the equity opening time, most of the days we are gonna see stop hunts. Okay, so this is why I'm saying actually that okay, most of the good trades will come during US session after the equity opening time. Okay, so yes, here I have a lot of currencies that actually move during different sessions. As you can see, this is Asia 1 hour, and what I did actually was to come to profiles, and I created profiles. I have different kind of profiles. I have currencies that move during the Asia, and I have grouped them based on time frames. Okay, I have the ones that move in Asia, I have the ones that move in London, and I have the ones that move in the US, as you can see, and I have major pairs. Okay, so that's what I have. I just want everything to be organized. Okay, so this is how I organize my things, and as you can see, you can just go and create profiles. Okay, if you don't know how to create profiles, you can just search around how to actually create profiles. Okay, so it's very easy to create profiles and group your currencies based on the session. And the reason I do this actually is because some of the days you might find that okay, during the Asia, for me it comes very early. It comes very early. Okay, actually it comes around 3:30 a.m. Okay, 3:30 a.m. that's when the Asian session starts. So there are days when okay, I won't catch it, but there are days when I'll feel like okay, I am awake during this time, and I feel like I have energy, I can go and look at my charts. Okay, that's when maybe I might be comfortable looking at Asian session. Okay, so here's the thing, once you've grouped your currencies like this, okay, one thing we're gonna do right now, I don't want to waste time. Okay, one thing we're gonna do right now is actually we're gonna go through all our currency every day. Okay, you know that the strategy I use is 1 2 3. I look for 3 days, and that's all I use. Okay, I use 3 days. Okay, so before we even do anything, okay, we will separate our weeks. This is how we separate our weeks, and I'm only interested in okay, in the past week or the past 2 weeks. Okay, So this is what I will actually do, okay? And then I will note the high of the week. I always do that, okay? I note the high of the week, the high of last week actually, okay? I note the high of last week, okay? Actually, okay? And then I'll just say actually high of the week, okay? Okay, let me just put it here, put it like this, and then okay. One thing I'm gonna do right now is, okay, I'm just gonna note this one as high of the week, okay? And as you can see, there's nothing written here, so I'm gonna click here and just come here to properties and then come to common, and then you see this one, show object description. I'm gonna click on show object description, okay? And then I'm gonna say okay. And what that does actually, I will show you what it does, but you see here we have high of the week, okay? So usually I prefer having this thick line, and I just want to make it red, okay? I just want to make it red and make sure, okay, now I note out the high of the week, okay? Because this becomes a very important key level. Price can react to this key level, okay? Most of the time they will, and I will have the low of the week, okay? Remember, I'm still on a 1 hour time frame, okay? I'm still on a 1 hour time frame, and here I will just say low of the week, okay? Now I have the low and the high of the week, okay? So this is what I have. And okay, fine. Since I have this, these are the two things I have. And one other thing that will usually cause prices to react is I might just open here and then go to indicators, and then I will select okay, I need two indicators right now, okay? I need this the daily open and close, and then I will come and actually note this week's, where did last week close, okay? So these are my key levels. These are my key levels, and I just want to keep this as green, a light green, okay? And then I will say weekly close. It could be, okay, this is a weekly close, it's fine, WC. So now I have noted out my my key levels, right? So once I have this, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing my day count. As you can see, this market went up day one. Okay, we have, actually it gave us day one breakouts ish. Okay, fine. I didn't want this right now because, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna notice, okay, this is day one breakouts into the market, okay, and this is actually day two breakouts into the market, okay, and this is day three breakouts into the market. I'm using a daily time frame for this, okay? I'm using a daily time frame. So one thing I will note is that, okay, this is a peak formation, and you know, do not, as I always say, do not counter trade a peak formation, okay? So for me, this is where everything begins, okay? This is where everything begins for me personally, okay? So I'm sharing it with you. Hopefully I believe it will help, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna write peak formation, okay? Peak, this is a peak. So I know it deep down that, okay, fine, I do not counter trend peak formations up until the day I have another peak formation, or up until the day I get a day three of breakouts that behave the right way, and it's showing me that it's gonna reverse, and it reverses to give me a first green day, which a first red day, which might actually become another peak formation. So as you can see, they went up 3 days, okay, and then now they are at the peak. This is day three, okay, and then let's see what happened, okay? I want to show you as how I prepare for this current week, okay? So I'm not gonna go through entries, I'm not gonna go through patterns and all sort of stuff, okay? So now as you can see, this one went down, okay? Now when it breaks this, but this low, this is the low of the previous week, this actually becomes a reset, and the top part actually becomes a peak again, okay? So I do not counter trend this peak formation now, okay? So I believe this will also enlighten when it comes to peak formations, understanding peak formations and knowing when and how not to counter trend peak formation. So when it breaks here, one thing I know now is that I have a peak formation. So you see they come back and close everybody here, but that's not what I want to talk about today. And then the following day it gives a first green day. Okay, it gave a first green day. Okay, so this is what I do every time when I analyze. I want to note all this important information because that's what helps me to devise a thesis. Okay, now when we got here, when they broke here, actually they gave day one breakouts into the market. You know, I've already shared 3 strategies regarding the day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, I've shared 3 strategies already. Okay, so everything is in a playlist called advanced. If you go to that playlist and watch everything, you will see I have 2 videos there where I shared 3 strategies regarding this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now when they break here, actually this becomes another peak formation. Okay, this becomes a peak formation. This actually becomes a peak formation. Now I know I have a peak formation. Okay, and now I'm not willing to counter trend this peak formation again. Never counter trend a peak formation coming from day 1. This becomes day 1, but it's not day 1 of breakouts. Okay, I've explained the differences. Okay, it becomes day 1, but not day 1 of breakouts. Now this becomes day 1 of breakout. However, it's day 2. Okay, so as you can see, they break out, they pull back, they close here. Okay, they broke out, they came and closed here. I'm not gonna say this is a first red day, okay, because they did break out. Okay, there is a possibility that now we are in a trend and this is a pullback. Okay, so that's fine. Now we wait for the second day, see what is happening. Okay, because now this becomes a day 2 continuation. Despite the fact that this one came down, it broke out. Okay, it continued, broke out and pulled back. So the following day we get a day 2 continuation, which we got yesterday, Monday. Okay, this is Australian dollar versus JPY. Okay, so these currencies move well during the Asia. If you need a currency that really moves during the Asian session, it is this one. Okay, because the yen moves during the Asian session. Also the Australian dollar, this one also moves well during the Asian session. So these 2 currencies, Australian dollar and yen, they move well during the Asian session. So this currency will really move during the Asian session. Okay, so fine, let me quickly pull this. Give me a moment. I want to pull this, okay, to make my charts fixed. Okay, and then I pull this and bring it here. Okay, fine. Now that I've done that, my charts will have a little bit of stability. As you see, they'll have a little bit of stability because I pulled out this point here. You see this point? Okay, fine. I know you understand that. Okay, so I'm still on a 1 hour charts right now. One thing I know is that, okay, fine, here I got a day 2 breakout into the market. So guys, the most important thing, okay, the most important thing actually is to mark your charts. Okay, mark your charts. This is highly important. Mark your charts. Okay, because you don't want to get confused along the way. Okay, so this is what I do. This one becomes day 1 of breakouts. This one becomes day 2 of breakouts. Okay, I told you sometimes you won't get day 3 of breakouts because they will count where the peak began as day 1. Okay, but sometimes you will get up to day 3 of breakouts. Okay, that's what we already talked about. So this current day became day 3 breakouts. Okay, I can just put it up here, and as you can see, it went through the high of the previous week. Okay, it went through the high of the previous week. So one thing we are actually noticing, this is the opening price of the week. Okay, it's the opening price of the week. It's actually the closing price of last week. This becomes a key level, and as you can see, this is where the prices was actually getting support. Okay, they were getting support from this level. This is an important key level. I repeat, this is an important key level. Okay, I'm not gonna explain that. Okay, now one thing we know before coming to today was a very nice day. Why? Because we actually had day 2 breakouts into the market, and we know that we're gonna get 2 things. Either we're gonna get day 2 breakouts and then it will reverse, or we will get day 3 breakouts, and sometimes it can even continue going day 4 and all sort of stuff. Okay, so today when we came, we knew we have day 2 breakouts into the market, and observe the behavior. They pulled down. This is what we need so that we can get a continuation. Look, they gave us a triple bottom here, and they gave us a stop hand. So you see, when you come this day, you know today it's day 3, and you are most likely to get day 3 breakouts into the market. Okay, and when this shows that, okay, it gives you 1 2 3, it gives you a triple, it gives a triple bottom, but not just a triple bottom. As you can see, it gave a break of structure. Okay, this is market structure. Now they gave a W, they broke structure, they pulled back inside using 3 candle, 1 black, 2 black candle, and this was a black candle which changed and became a pin engulf. Okay, during the Asian session it changed and became the pin engulf. So you know that, okay, entering here, the next possible target is the high of the week. Okay, these are key levels that they will usually go to. So this is how I actually do my day count every day and prepare for the next day. As you can see, yesterday I knew that, okay, fine, I analyzed it like this, and I was actually hoping to create a video about this, where actually we go through our currencies and we actually select the ones that might be ready for tomorrow. Okay, so I wanted to do that yesterday. However, it was very, very cold. It's raining here in South Africa and it was very cold, so I couldn't do that. Okay, so this is actually how you do it. Okay, this is how you do it every day. So one thing I usually do is I will come here and use not this one, sorry, I will use this one, this label, and I will write day 3, and I will give it a green color. Why? Because it's going up, so this thing is not gonna move on me. Okay, it's not gonna move on me. Okay, so basically this is how I do my things. When I come then come to a 15-minute chart, I told you, you can enter on a 15-minute chart if you don't understand the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart, because the 15-minute chart will give you at least more, it will have less noise, and it will give you a little bit of stability, even though you know you'll enter late. However, when a trade happens like this, look at how it behaves at the low and at the closing price. The way it behaves here gives you your trade. Remember, it consolidated. They stop hunted everybody who was in profit. That's what we need. Stop hunted everybody who was in profit. What time is this? What time is this? Let me check the time, because timing becomes an important thing. This is 3:15. Okay, roughly this was okay. This was 5:15. This happened during the last hour of Asia. Okay, 15 minutes after the last hour. Okay, and that's exactly when a new 4-hour candle is opening. Okay, that's when a new 4-hour candle, wait, no, that's not when it's opening, but this is the last hour of the session. Okay, it's 15 minutes after the last hour of the session. They engulf. You can go to 1 minute and trade when it bounces on the EMA, and then you get this. Surely you know that, okay, it's either gonna come here. This is our first target. Okay, and once it breaks here, obviously it might be going to the high of the week. Okay, so that's how I actually go through my currencies. And then once I get something like this, because I know we might get it day 3, and then I just come and put an arrow to show that, okay, on this day I'm expecting which kind of direction. Okay, actually I will start posting today. I'm gonna start posting analysis. Okay, or I think I might even do a live where we go through these currencies together and everybody can ask a question, but we'll do that later around 7 o'clock South African time. I haven't converted that to US time, but anyone can just convert to US time. 7 o'clock every Tuesday and every Thursday. We'll actually go through our charts and prepare for the following day. I believe that will help a lot of people. Okay, So that's what I will actually do starting from today. Okay, so when something has happened like this is what I love. Okay, so I tick this one as okay, fine for today. Okay, and usually what I need is to have 3 currencies for the entire day. If I get one currency that shows okay that it is ready, it has given a signal day for the following day, and it's given a signal for London session, I love that. And if I get maybe 2 for US session, then I'm enough for the day. I don't want to be scanning through 5 currencies on the day. No, 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 I want to eliminate all the stress. Okay, I want to eliminate all the stress and focus maybe on 2 currencies, okay, that are ready for the day. I don't care if the ones I choose move less pip or they don't give anything at all, and the ones I didn't select move heavily, because that's gonna happen every time. And you're gonna think you lost, you missed, you lost, you missed, you lost. No, you didn't miss anything, you didn't lose anything. Remember, it's a long-term business. Yes, sometimes you're gonna miss. The same applies to when you are trading maybe during the US session after equity time. There will be big moves that might happen during the London session, and you'll find that, oh no, I missed them. It's fine, you didn't miss anything, because part of your plan says you you actually start observing your trades from US equity time. Okay, so you missed nothing, because that's part of your trading plan. In the long run, you will see how good it is. Okay, despite the fact that sometimes you come to the screen and you'll find that many have moved. And another thing it's going to prevent actually it's over trading, because sometimes you make something and you give it back to the market. No, when you have 1 hour 30 minutes to trade, because now you are left with the middle hour and the last hour. Okay, so when you have roughly 1 hour 30 minutes to be into on the market, then there's no way you're gonna make profits and give it back to the market, and you have less room actually for mistakes. Okay, so if you lose on the day, you know that okay, you are growing. Okay, because there's still tomorrow. Okay, so now when I get something like this, I'll just tick it. Okay, fine. Now let's go to another currency just to check what is happening. Okay, or else let me, okay, I've done one in London, it's fine. Let me go to something that moves maybe during the US session. Okay, so for US and London, it's almost the same currencies. It's just let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something quite quick. Okay, so for US, okay, okay, these are the currencies that actually move during the London session. Okay, however, as you can see, London and US is the same thing. You just no, I think I've messed this one up. Okay, this one I've messed it up. Let me come to another one. Okay, because I've added quite a lot of things. Okay, let me okay, let me come to this one. Okay, yes, this is the one that moves during US. So let me just come to this. Okay, because I have different kinds of templates as well. Okay, this helps speed up the entire process. Okay, I'll just click here. Okay, this is Euro JPY. Oh, Euro has moved, guys. Euro JPY moves well during the London session and during the Asian session. Okay, so there was news today, and you can see there was Japanese news, a lot of Japanese news. So this is expected. Once you have the high and the low, you see it drove through the it drove through the high of the week, and you can see the setup. I'm not going to explain this kind of setup, but this was roughly a parabolic setup. Okay, I haven't spoken about that, and I don't know if I'll speak about the parabolic, but this one was a parabolic setup. Okay, as you can see, they peak down, they peak up, and then they consolidate a little bit. Okay, they consolidate a little bit, this is just consolidation, and then they give you this smaller channel. Okay, then they give you this small channel. This is a parabolic setup, guys. This is a parabolic setup. That's why you see that it shot up straight. Okay, once you see something on the same day peaking up and peaking down, okay, they broke up, they broke down, peak, consolidate, channel. Obviously that's a parabolic setup. I haven't talked about it, so I don't want to confuse anybody about. Besides, this is a okay, this currency moves well during the London. Okay, so you just take for the ones that move well during the US session, all you do is you take Euro USD, like you take the major currencies. Okay, the major currencies are the ones that move well during the US session. Okay, so that's all you take. Okay, so let me show you this now. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this one, but let me just talk about, let me see if I can find one that I can talk about. Okay, let's talk about this one. Okay, I wish I had done this yesterday with everybody, but it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that live today. Okay, I believe it will clarify many things, because a live is better. Anybody can ask, we can talk, and we can just have a discussion. Okay, where everything becomes clear for everybody and everybody's able to interact. Okay, fine guys, now this is the last one actually that I'm gonna go through. So remember, what we do is we have the high of the week. Okay, we select the high of the week. Okay, and as you can see, I'll go back again and I will just select okay, show objective description, and now I have my object description. And the reason I chose this object description is basically because if I go to a 15-minute, let me show you something. You see, when I actually scroll like this label remains. You see, this label will always be there. Okay, so let me just pull this. I need some stability on my charts. Okay, so let me pull this line here so that I can get a little bit of stability on my charts, because that's what I want always. Okay, so fine, I do everything on a 1 hour time frame, and then I just choose red for my high and my low. These are important key levels. Okay, are important key levels. And I'm not saying, I repeat, I'm not saying the moment it breaks the high it's gonna reverse. No, hear me carefully. It's all about behavior. How are prices behaving on this level? And I'm not saying, like, for example, if prices are gonna go high and the moment they come here they give you a pin, then you start selling. No, because that's a trap, and that's gonna happen most of the time. Okay, they are gonna behave on these levels because they know that there are people actually looking to see how prices behave at these levels. So sometimes what they're gonna do is they will come like this. Maybe it's going up, it goes here, then they give a pin, and followed by an engulf. They start reversing a little bit, and you enter saying, okay, this is a strong support, this is a strong resistance. Just before you know it, they come and hit through the ceiling. Okay, so one thing I usually prefer is when they create a pattern, if they break through, okay, when they break through, if they break through, usually I want to see a stop hunt. A stop hunt is actually coming and closing everybody who was in profit. And once they give you a stop hunt, you know that they have given you their hand. Wait for them to move first. Don't move before them. Okay, because their objective is to show trap reverse. Okay, so they might show you that, okay, now we're giving you a pin and engulf, and you believe that, and then they say, okay, we are going down, and then you are happy, you are in profit, you close your charts, you go out, and then by the time you come back, you realize they broken through. So just because I'm giving key levels here, I'm not saying actually this is where prices will actually reverse or do whatsoever, but most of the time that's where they are more likely to reverse or do whatever. Okay, because the markets are after stop losses. Okay, and this is where most people will keep their stop losses at these levels. Okay, and now I'm gonna take this level, which is the open of the close of last week. Okay, and I told you I'm gonna change it to a green color. Okay, because I want to be able to see weekly close, to see everything. Okay, and be able to distinguish this line, because if I make them all red, then that might be hard for me to distinguish. Okay, so this is what I do. This is what we do every day. Now we have 3 key levels. Okay, now we start analyzing from the previous week to know what's happening, but I'm not gonna go into detail again. Okay, this was okay, they went up day 1. Let's check. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna go. I believe I've already explained this in my previous video because we went through this week. Okay, so let's see what happens this week. Now they correct. Okay, they give a day one, okay? However, nothing is broken. And then they give a breakout here. They break the previous day's low. So this is day one of breakout, guys, in the market, okay? This is basically it's day one of BO, okay? The reason I'm noting this is because I want to know what's happening or what might happen in the upcoming week. So I know that now I have day one of breakouts in the market. What does this tell me? This tells me now that, okay, this was a peak formation. Okay, do not counter trend a peak formation. This is what this helps me with. I know what not to counter trend. Okay, I know what not to counter trend. Yes, of course, sometimes they will come back and they will give a good trade for those who counter trended, but this is just a rule I learned from many people. Okay, do not counter trend a peak formation. Okay, coming from day one. Okay, this is now a peak. Okay, this is now a peak formation coming from day one. Why? Because now this becomes sorry guys, sorry, this becomes our first red day. Okay, first red day. Okay, this is our first red day, and the first red day, it's day one. Okay, this is our first red day. Okay, yeah, it's our first red day, and we just have to keep it red to keep things consistent. Okay, this is our first red day, and we know a first red day is just day one, provided if it breaks, then we know we have a day one of breakouts into the market. However, if it doesn't break, it becomes just an ordinary day one. Okay, so this is day one, and there is a peak formation, so do not counter trend the peak formation. So now here we got day two breakouts. Remember, we are trying to analyze, we are coming on this week, and this is what we have. All this information has already been given to us. Okay, so it's not really hindsight. Why? Because we know what really happened the past week. Everybody has this. Okay, your charts have this, my charts have this. Okay, I'm just tracking back to see where the moves began. Okay, so now I know I have day two of breakouts right here. However, this is day three. If we are counting, this is day three. Okay, so as I've already said, you might get day three. This is day two of breakouts. You might get day three of breakouts, or you might not get it. Why? Because if you don't get it, that means they started counting the day of the breakout. In this case, they use this one as day one, they use this one as day two, they use this one as day three. So what they actually gave is 3 days, because this is this you see, this is day one, day two, day three. Okay, this is day two. Okay, this is day two. I know this is gonna confuse you, but go and watch where my previous 2 videos where I explained these 3 setups. Okay, and I started by explaining 2. Okay, this is day 3. This is an ordinary day 3. Okay, but we didn't get day 2 breakouts. Most of the time we will get day 3 breakouts, and it will give a very good setup. Okay, so this one they gave day 1, day 2, day 3. However, in terms of breakout, we only got day 1 breakout and day 2 breakout. This is gonna happen most of the time. Don't let this confuse you. Just be able to use these strategies jointly, okay? Because you have to know what to expect. I told you they're gonna use variations. If they give day 3 breakouts every week, then everybody's gonna cram them. They need to have an upper hand. Because remember, 90% to 95% of retail guys have to lose, and that is their objective. Okay, that's the objective of those who are making the markets. Hence they have to give you different variation. They have to confuse everybody. Okay, so it is what it is. It is how it is. Okay, I know many people complain and say this is like this doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Go and watch my 2 previous video in the playlist called Advanced. You will understand. I made a first video where I explained the weekly template and day 3 of breakouts. Then later I made another video where I explained these ordinary days, how sometimes they use the peak formation day as day 1, and they give us 3 days following that day. Okay, so now remember, we are coming to this week. So what do we get? Okay, we get this reversal. It broke nothing. Because this is the low that they broke when coming down. Okay, when they are reversing, we are interested in on the high. Okay, Okay, so this day they gave a peak formation, but it's not a peak formation yet. Okay, it is a day 3. Okay, so it's not a peak formation. It only becomes a peak formation when they break the next day, because as you can see, they were breaking this when they were going down. Let me change the colors and use red so that it becomes roughly visible for everybody. This happened when they were going down. Okay, this happened when they were going down. Okay, this happened when they were going down. Oh, okay, fine, because they broke here if you look. Okay, and then they pulled back. Okay, they pulled back. Okay, so on this day they didn't give anything. They could have continued going up. We didn't down, I mean, we didn't know if they were going to go down or if they were gonna go up. Okay, so we are actually tracking back to get the information the market is giving, right? So now I'm gonna change this to green, because now they broke the high of the previous day. That's when we start actually getting interested. Okay, now the moment they break the high, it's this high here, it's the high of the previous day. That renders this previous day as a break, as a peak formation. Do not go against peak formations. Okay, yes, sometimes they will break and continue going down, and if they do that after they're breaking down and broken the low, then that's a recount. That's when we start recounting day 1. Okay, it doesn't matter if they've gone down 2 days. Once they break the high and keep going down, we start recounting. That becomes a day 1. Okay, but if in this case you see they broke out and they went up high, so this becomes a peak formation. Okay, it becomes a peak formation low, so we do not counter trend this peak formation. Okay, I believe you will be able to join all the puzzles, because every time I make a video I'm explaining one and the same thing. So all you have to do is just to combine the puzzles. Okay, and then you will start understanding everything. Okay, that's the most important thing. Just make sure you join the puzzles. Okay, join the puzzles. Join the puzzles and you will understand everything. Okay, so far now this is a peak formation. Okay, now we are on the other side of the EMA. This is where the EMA comes in handy. We are on the other side of the EMA, so this becomes day 1 of breakout. This is just day 1, but this becomes day 1 of breakout. And when we came on a Monday, one thing we had is we were coming on day 2 of breakouts, however day 3 of the ordinary days. Okay, but since it was a day 2, we know there are 2 things we might get. We might get day 3 of breakouts, or we might get day 3. So here we were expecting, yesterday actually, we were expecting a continuation. However, Mondays are not my favorite days, because Monday is Wednesday, for instance. That's when they have to start creating a weekly template, and mostly when they create a weekly template, they're gonna take you into the wrong direction on Monday. Okay, that's what they'll do most of the Mondays. Okay, so Monday is not my favorite day, but anyway, when we came on a Monday, we were expecting a continuation. Okay, we were expecting a continuation, because now we got day 1 of breakouts in the market. As you can see, we got day 1 BO. I know now it sounds a little bit crazy, but if you watch my previous videos, guys, I believe you understand all the setups, why I'm using day 1 breakouts and using all these days jointly. Okay, you can see this is day 1 breakouts, however it's day 2. Why? Because it's an ordinary day 2. Okay, this day didn't break anything. Okay, and now we are continuing like that. Okay, I made a video, guys. I made 2 videos where I explained this setup separately on different videos. Watch both of those videos to understand what I'm talking about. However, if you're just coming to this video and you want to understand what I'm saying, it's gonna confuse you and you're gonna feel like this, it doesn't make sense. The one is the day 2. No. You won't understand anything. But after watching my previous 2 videos where I went through the strategies themselves, you will start understanding why I'm saying this and how all these things are actually generated, or where they are actually coming from. Okay, so on this day we knew that, okay, we were anticipating either an ordinary day 3 or a day 2 of breakouts. So on this day we knew, Okay, we are just coming from a peak formation. We are not trading against a peak formation. Okay, so if we are not going against a peak formation, okay, and we are expecting day 2 of breakouts, you will understand where after watching the videos I'm talking about. Okay, and more sense, this will make more sense actually, or you'll get more revelations as we make our lives where you can ask and I'll explain everything. I'm gonna do the lives on Tuesdays and Wednesdays around 7 p.m. South African time. You can just convert that to your local time. Okay, so that's what I'm actually gonna be doing. So you see, on this day we were expecting this direction, and today as we came, we know now that we are anticipating two things could happen. They could use this as day 3, okay, or else they will continue to give us day 3 of breakouts. So the thing that we do is to observe the behavior. Look, today they pulled back, they dumped the market to give a pump. We are looking for the behavior of price, the behavior of price. They use the closing price as their support. You see, when I say these key levels are important, okay, we might be heading to the high of the week. We might get there, we might not get there, because I don't want to say we are going there and then just give everybody certainty. No. The markets are uncertain. We just take high probability trades. Okay, so this helps us know which day, what are we expecting. Will this day move tomorrow or will it not move tomorrow? Okay, unfortunately I'm getting days that actually were ready yesterday and for today. Okay, okay, so this is unfortunate. I was wishing actually to get currencies that are not actually ready for today, so that we can say, okay, this one we are just discarding. Okay, however, I did discard a number. Okay, no. There are currencies that I just discarded. Like if you watch GJ yesterday, let me check, I think it's GJ yesterday. There's a currency, okay, let's see, let's go through GJ quite quick. I'm not gonna explain a lot of things because I've already explained. Okay, yes. If you look at GJ, yesterday I marked GJ as not ready. Yesterday I marked GJ as not ready. Okay, even today for me it was not ready. Okay, I'll show you why. Let's just go through it. Okay, the first things I said is we get the high and we actually change the color to your preferred color. Actually, my preferred color for the high and the low is red. Okay, why am I saying it's red? Because I know there is a lot of liquidity below and above, so the markets might be going to one extreme. Okay, fine. Now this becomes the high of the week. Okay, please just bear with me. I know it's becoming a little bit longer. Please bear with me. Okay, guys, so now one thing we're gonna do, I've showed you, we're just gonna say show the object description. Okay, so now we have our high. Okay, we have the high. Okay, and I want to always make sure I have this previous day close. Okay, so that I can see where last week closed, and this indicator is free. It's in my description. Okay, it's free for everybody. Now I have the low of last week. Okay, and okay, and I'm just gonna mark this as what? Low of the week. Okay, low of the week. Okay, and then another thing I'm gonna do as part of marking out my key levels is I'm gonna take the closing of last week and I'm gonna make it green, and I'm just gonna say weekly close. Okay, weekly close. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is what we do. You can do this before the week begins. It's all up to you. Okay, and then these lines will be there throughout the week and they will serve as important key levels. Okay, because sometimes you'll find that they're going up. If they're gonna go down, they might bounce on one of these levels, so it's fine. I just wanted to show you that. Okay, so now let's see what happened. I don't want to explain too much. Here we had day 1. Okay, as you can see, day 1, day 2, day 3. You see, this is part of the days where they use the peak formation. This becomes a peak formation. When does it become a peak formation? Please answer with me. When does this become a peak formation? Do not counter trend peak formations coming from day one. This is a peak formation. And how do you know it's a peak formation? When they break the high. When they break the high, this was going down and all of a sudden directions have changed and they've broken the high. This becomes a peak formation. Do not counter trend peak formations coming from day one. That's important. Do not counter trend this peak formation. Okay, so it went up day one, okay, and then when it break, this became a peak. However, that is when we know that, okay, this is a day one, and they might use this day as day one, and they went day two, which gave us day one of breakouts. They gave us day two of breakouts. Okay, however, this was an ordinary day three. That's when they began to reverse. So you see what I'm saying? They are gonna use a lot of variations. Okay, let me pull this. I need more stability on my charts. Okay, I just need more stability on my charts. Okay, so that's what I'm actually saying. That's what I am saying. Okay, I've explained this, however, in my previous video, and I know most of you watched those videos and you now understand what I'm saying. But for those who are new, you can subscribe so that you don't miss videos. Okay, as you might have missed my previous two videos, but when you go and watch them, you'll understand how I do my day count on a 1 hour time frame. Okay, and then I'll do my intraday analysis on a 15-minute time frame. And preferably for everybody who's new, entering on a 15-minute candle is it's better than entering on a 1 minute candle or on a 5 minute candle where you don't understand. Yes, the risk reward might be a little bit smaller as compared to somebody entering on a 1 minute. However, it's important to be certain before entering your trade. Okay, so guys, here's something I want to show you. Okay, they went up, but I don't care about this. I'm not going to explain all these things. Okay, however, I want to explain this. That's why I'm using green, so that it doesn't confuse you, because it's going to confuse somebody. When it went up, it broke. When it goes down, it broke this line again. However, we don't count it, because now when it goes down, we are more interested on the low, which it did break, but it's not convincing. Therefore, for me, it's not broken. Okay, so now we are going down. Now I'm gonna change the color to red, because I want everything I share to be visible to everybody. As you can see right now, you see now they gave us this. They broke the low of the previous day. So this basically tells us one thing. It tells us that this is a peak formation. Do not counter trade a peak formation coming from day one. Okay, don't counter trade. This becomes a peak. Okay, this becomes a peak. Okay, and the reason I'm using an hourly time frame is that there are many candles. You can see this clearly. Okay, for those who want to use a daily time frame, you can use it as long as it makes sense to you. For me, for me personally, it doesn't make sense doing all these day counts on a daily time frame, because I don't see what was happening. I've never done that. That's not what I do. That's not how I do it. Okay, so I share what I do. Okay, because everybody would actually at some point do things in a different way. You will understand things and do them in a different way as compared to mine, which is highly advisable, and it's good. Why? Because you are learning and you are actually able to interpret everything on a different way. That is very, very good. Okay, so for me, I just find it like, to me, doesn't make sense for me personally. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense in trading. No, I'm saying to me. Okay, because now I can see everything. I need to see all these little details. Okay, so when it came the next day, it broke and gave us day two of breakouts. Okay, this is day two of breakouts. Same thing happened. They used the day where the peak was formed as day one. They now use this day as day two. They use this day as day three. Guys, this is gonna happen every now and then. Remember, they have to confuse everybody. I know people are gonna say, but hey, no, man, these things are like, everything doesn't make sense, everything is hard. No, it makes sense, because I shared the videos where I showed you this setup separately. Just understand them and then use them jointly. That's when you will get the best results. Okay, even for me it didn't make sense, but now I understand. Okay, I understand. Okay, and I use them jointly, and that's when they make more sense to me. So now we got 3 days of 3 days of going down. Okay, this is day 3. Okay, so it could have continued going down. Okay, they could have continued going down. Okay, so however, when they came and broke the high like this, This is when we knew something might happen. But however, just note how they continued. So because they broke the high of the previous day, okay, we do a recount. This becomes day one. Okay, they broke the high. We don't want them to break the high if they're going down. Why do they break the high? They break the dot, then the market is up to something. Okay, then they continue down. This is day one, this is not day three. Why? Because they break the high. They broke the high. Understand this. If they are going down and breaking the lows, why do they come back now and break the high? Okay, that's something we don't want to see. When we see it, it's a reset. Now this becomes day one, and it became a day one of breakout, and they gave day two of breakouts. Okay, so we got the they broke down here. We got a day one of breakout. Okay, and then we got a break day. I'm using a line right here right now, and then we got a day two of breakout. As you can see, this is a day two of breakout. So for me, this didn't really make sense yesterday. Okay, yes, I know I got a day one, which is a reset, but I just didn't like how they did things. Okay, because sometimes when they close high, the following day they're closing low. That means they might just consolidate. Okay, so I don't want to be in something that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so one thing I did yesterday when I was analyzing for yesterday, actually, I just did this. I used the red color, and then I just marked this out. And I know that once I do this, I don't care what it does on the day. I'm not even gonna open this currency. Okay, I'm not gonna open it. I don't care. If it moves, it moves. If it doesn't move, it doesn't move. I don't care. Okay, up until today. Today, as you can see, yesterday it came and broke and went up again. So it didn't really make sense to me until today. Today, when they break the high, then I know this becomes the peak, and I don't do what? I don't counter trend against the peak. So the same applies to here. The reason I'm telling you that I did nothing here is basically because counter trending against the peak is now a problem. The moment they broke, this becomes a peak. Okay, so do not counter trend against the peak formation. Yes, of course, some days they will continue down, but for me, this was a peak. Okay, the moment they broke, so I didn't care much about the peak. I just want to be out up until the day I get something clear. So today, yes, it became clear the moment it broke here. Okay, that's when everything became clear, and we know that today's move is actually under the influence of news, because we did have a lot of news today, and that is actually what this entire move is under. Okay, it's under the influence of news. Okay, it's under the influence of news, so we are not much interested in this, because we know now that it's under the influence of news. Okay, so we will see what happens, but today I don't care much about it. I don't care much about it, because this move has already gone. It's now at the high of the week. So they broke the low of the week, and they break the high of the week in a matter of 2 days. Okay, so these are the times when you realize that something has moved, and since it has already moved, then you didn't miss anything, because it wasn't part of your plan. Yes, it gave a very good trade during the London session, but I was just not interested, because if you go to a 15 minutes, they pulled back and they gave a nice continuation before the London. Okay, it's just that you see here, this is where they gave a nice London trade, but I see this engulf happened on the very first hour of London. Okay, this was the very first hour of London, actually. Okay, so I didn't really care much about this. Okay, I didn't care much about this. So the fact that it has gone roughly, somebody will say you missed because it has gone roughly 100 pips. It's not really missing. Okay, it's not really missing to me. I just didn't like how everything was happening, and as I tell you, yesterday I just didn't. I marked it as not ready for today. But things like this will happen. There are days when currencies that you didn't mark as ready will move, but that doesn't mean you missed anything, because that's part of your plan. Okay, so basically this is how I actually select the currencies that are ready for the next day. So I'm glad, because I spoke about something that really moved, but was part of wasn't part of the setups for today, or part of the currencies to take today. Okay, so I'm just glad that happened, and we did go through two that were ready for the day. So this is how you select for the day, and preferably I want to have three. Okay, three are the maximum I want to have on the day. If I have more than three, because most of the time they will move in one direction, so if I will have more than three, then I'm gonna go through and select three that have set up the best way, and I'm gonna take the other three and that just discard them, and out of the three I might end up choosing one for the day. Okay, because it's not about taking multiple, no. It's also about risk management, because like Paul Tudor Jones says, he thinks of each and every trade he takes as a loss, which actually allows him to manage his risk very well. So the most important thing is managing your risk, because when you open any trade, it might be a loss. So that's what you have to keep in mind. Okay, and that's how actually growth, that's actually where growth comes from, because you are not over leveraging, you are not overexposing your capital to the market by over risking. Okay, by using high lot sizes than your account allows. Okay, so by the way, anyway, it's a long-term business, and it's not about milking the markets, like today taking everything out of the markets. No, it's mostly about growing consistently. Okay, so here's another thing. This, I'm glad, most of the things I talk about do happen. Okay, let me show you something. I told you that because I actually drew, or we started by outlining these lines, which actually gives you the high and the low. You see, this is the high of the week, this is the low of the week, this is weekly close. So I told you I love these lines because this description stick with me. Okay, however, what did I say? I told you that when they come to these levels, they are more likely to give you something maybe like a pin, and sometimes they will also reverse like this. Okay, just to find that they're coming to bounce on the EMA, and just because they are at a level where you are actually expecting or anticipating a support, you now think they will be reversing. No, guys. A real setup or a pattern, takes something close to 30 to, it can even take 2 hours to build up. Okay, a pattern can take anything from 30 to 2 hours. Okay, 30 to 2 hours to build up. So just know that a pattern will take time. They're not just gonna come immediately and then reverse immediately. Nah. And for newbies, mostly that is how you are actually thinking, and you're actually going through FOMO, fear of missing out, and the moment they give you a pin here, you want to enter. Guys, let me tell you something. Sorry, the video is long already. Okay, let me tell you something. You see what's happening up here? Just observe this, and it's on a 15-minute chart. They can blow your account here. Okay, I'm telling you this because I've experienced it. Okay, they can literally blow your account here, because if you are still new and you are starting, you're gonna get too emotional when they come. You see, they gave like this candle, and they gave this candle, and they gave this engulf. Okay, which engulf this one. So you think they are going down, they are not. Okay, so here's a little small piece of advice. Stay out of the nonsense. Just draw your lines like this. You see, it's not support and resistance. Just draw your lines. This will serve as an area where they are doing their nonsense. Okay, just stay away from the nonsense they will be doing. Okay, because most of the time, even during the right session times, you find that they are just going up and down and going nowhere. This is where they blow accounts. Believe me, there are people who entered here, took a sell because they are scared of missing out. Okay, and the moment they take a sell here, this market is going nowhere. Just before you know it, they came, they closed you. And then after they closed you, what they do? They give this candle, and they give a very big engulf that engulfs two candles. You think, nah, now they are going down. Why? Because they are at a very important key level. Okay, people lose a lot of money at key levels. There are people who believe in support and resistances. There is a demand area and a supply area. Okay, I'm not saying those things don't work. They do work. However, that is where the market will blow a lot of accounts. Okay, they are at, say for instance, they are at a support level or at a sell level. What is it? At a supply level. Okay, if they are at a supply level, this is where they start playing. Okay, and when they play, you are getting in because you want to get in at the high to make a very good risk reward. Okay, a trade that gives you a very good risk reward. So they will blow your account here. Okay, you come and sell here after this engulf, you think, yeah, now they are going down. Before you know it, they came back, closed you with spread. They are still playing. Okay, this is what they will do most of the time. Let me show you. Sorry, I don't want this video to be an hour long. However, I'm sorry guys, you know, my videos end up becoming long because there's a lot to share. Trading is not just about like drawing lines and showing lines. There's just a lot to explain, and I believe by explaining like this will help many people, because when this happens, then you will understand. Okay, you see, this is what they'll do. They will be playing inside this. If they're ready to go down, they'll come and close everybody. Okay, and then they might just fall. Okay, so that's what will happen most of the time. Okay, they will close everybody. Okay, and then they will do like this. Sometimes they'll do like this, and then they will do like this, come back in, punish breakout traders, and then they will continue down. So always stay away from this nonsense. Okay, this blew many of my accounts when I was starting. Believe me, here, this is where they are blowing accounts like nobody's business. Okay, so don't be tricked. Don't enter into this garbage. Okay, don't enter into this garbage. This is where they are collecting orders. This is a key level, and they know everybody's looking at this level, and they know many people want to execute immediately at this level, so they will blow your account. Even if you are right, they will blow your account before going down, or they will close you maybe 4 times, and by the time they're ready to go, you have already given up, you are frustrated, and you will just watch the move going down. So always wait for a stop hunt. Wait for them to get out of this box. Okay, draw a box and allow them to play. If they are gonna reverse, I'm just saying, if they are gonna reverse, allow them to play and then get out of the box. If they are gonna continue, still again allow them. Okay, so don't blow your account where you're not supposed to blow your account. Save your bullets. Okay, save your bullets. Don't get into this noise. Okay, because a real pattern takes anything from 30 to 2 hours to build. Okay, and now it's not a session time, but I'm just saying this because I've experienced with it and it has blown many of my accounts. So yeah, guys, this is how I analyze and select currencies that are ready. So if GJ is ready, I'll just write it on a Google Doc, and I'll create a profile, because I also have a profile termed ready today, and then I'll put all this in my profile, and then I'll just note the day, and then when I come, if I have 2 currencies that I'm looking at during the US session, then everything becomes simple. I just pull one currency to another monitor and pull one to another monitor, and then divide the screens based on time frame, and that's when I will be able to see the best entry if it's given. So guys, be wise about this, and I wish you all the best. Okay, just don't get chopped in this nonsense saying, hey, it is at the high of the day, it's gonna reverse. Okay, don't, and I wish you all the best, guys. For those who are new, if this video helped you, just hit the subscription button, like, comment, and share. Okay, and remember, every day, every Tuesday and every Thursday, 7 p.m. South African time, we will actually be doing analysis whereby we will be selecting currencies for the next day. I believe this will help those who are struggling with consistency to filter out all the nonsense up until a point where you start understanding what is happening, how everything is happening, and you will be able to analyze on yourself and take each and every trade on yourself. Okay, so this is more or less like me trying to spoon feed everybody. Okay, I'm not giving you signals, I'm not telling you enter here, but I'm helping you select currencies. Okay, so that's the best I can do, guys, because if I start posting entries, I will do a video about entries, but I'm not gonna give lifetime entries, guys, because as I said, sometimes it's important to learn and grow, okay, not just wait for signals and all sort of stuff that will hinder your growth, okay, because you're gonna spend 3 years waiting for signals, relying on signals, and by that time maybe the person who was giving signals is no longer there. And besides, I don't even believe in signals, okay, so I just believe in learning and being able to trade. I want to make sure everybody becomes a trader, not an Instagram marketer, not somebody who believes in, who fails in trading and then or decides to go and sell signals. No, that's not what I want. I want everybody to understand the market and build a long-term business. It's gonna be very hard, I know, very, very hard, okay. It's gonna come at a very huge cost, that is actually losing sometimes, trial and failure, but at the end of the day there is guaranteed growth provided there is determination and hard work involved, okay. So guys, I'll see you later on my life, and I wish you all the best again, okay. Thank you guys, have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day.